Welcome to This Week in BJJ, the world's first and only live jiu-jitsu show. Brought to you by Zebra Mats, simply Z-Best, Q5 Labs, Stay Alpha, and Defense Soap, defend what you have built. And here's your host, Budo Jake.
Hey guys, it's January 24th. I'm Budo Jake, and this is This Week in BJJ. I know it's been a while since we had an episode. This is our first episode for 2014. We've been a little bit busy at Budo Videos, and I'm going to tell you about all the things we've been working on. But also, it's a little bit slow at the beginning of every year. Not a lot of jiu-jitsu news to talk about. A couple things are happening, though. This weekend, the IBJJF Europeans is going on. We just have some of the results of the lower belts right now, but next week I'll get you up to date with some of the black belt results. Also, a date was finally set for Metamoris 3. This is the event that's going to feature Eddie Bravo versus Royler Gracie in the main event. So that date is March 29th. So we're excited that that's finally going to happen, and we're looking forward to it. Also going to tell you about some new products that we've been busy working on, and also we're going to have a quick interview and some nice techniques by Rodrigo Freitas, who is a Gracie Barra black belt and an active competitor towards the end of the show. So now let's talk about new products. Vladislav Kulikov is a guy from Moscow. He trained Sambo his whole life. He moved from Moscow to New Jersey in the mid-90s, and we brought him over to California to film an instructional series. It's called Sambo Jiu-Jitsu Fusion. Volume 1, he covers throws and takedowns. Volume 2, he covers groundwork. And Volume 3, he covers leg locks. So he took a lot of techniques from Sambo and modified them for use in submission grappling. He had a lot of success with these techniques in grappling tournaments in the mid-90s and the early 2000s, and I think a lot of jiu-jitsu guys will benefit a lot by learning his approach to techniques. Now let's take a look at a highlight of Vlad competing in the mid-90s and early 2000s in some grappling competitions.
Hey guys, my name is Vlad Kulikov, and I hate VHSs. I'm so glad I don't live in VHS era anymore. So you're very lucky. You can get my instructional footage through DVDs, App Store, Android and iTunes, and on-demand stream through BudoVideos.com. So don't delay, check it out.
Another guy we filmed recently was Rafael Freitas. This guy's a roosterweight competitor from Gracie Barra, and he has a very exciting style. And we filmed 3 DVDs. One was on back control in submissions, one was side control submissions, and the third one was the double guard pull. Lots of great techniques. This is available on DVD, on demand, and apps as well. Let's take a quick look at a preview clip.
Hello guys, my name is Rafael Freitas, better known as a Barata, and today we came here just to share with you guys some of my favorite moves. We're gonna be covering some attacks from the back, some attacks from the mount, side mount, and also something that people have been working a lot is the double guard pull. I hope you guys like. It's gonna be very interesting, and hope you guys be successful one day with those techniques.
So yeah, as you can see, we've been busy cranking out some instructionals since we haven't done many This Week in BJJ episodes. The next one we filmed was Victor Estima, another guy from Gracie Barra, and we made 2 DVDs, each one focusing on one of his best submissions. The first one is the Estima lock, which is one of the most painful foot locks I've ever felt. It's his unique creation. He and his brother both had a lot of success at the highest levels of competition. with the Estima lock. And the second one is on the inverted triangle, one that he's used a lot in his career. Also, Braulio has used it against the toughest guys in the sport. Victor just pulled it off in the finals of the Pro League just a couple months ago as well. So let's take a quick look at some Victor Estima highlights from his instructionals.
Hello everybody, my name is Victor Estima, and I'm here with you guys to share one of my favorite techniques, which is a foot lock using, the hold of my arms, which we call Estima lock. It's a move that I've been very successful in training and competing. It's worth saying that also I helped my brother, Budo Jake, to use that move, and he was very successful on that as well in ADCC. So I hope you all enjoy it, and I'm gonna make my best to give all the details about that.
This is one of my favorite positions. I first started to use it as a blue belt. I've been perfecting it over the past 10 years. It's a very underutilized position. It surprises your opponent. They never see it coming. Both me and my brother use it at a high level in competitions. I'm Victor Estima, and this is the inverted triangle.
The last Jiu-Jitsu instructional series I want to talk to you about today is from Team Alliance's Michael Langhi. Langhi's a guy that was widely considered to have an impassable guard for a long time. Not a point was scored on him for many competitions. Great guard player, great spider guard, great De La Riva. So we brought him into the studio, filmed all of his best moves, and we made 3 DVDs. The first one is on De La Riva, second one is on a spider guard, and the third one is on reverse De La Riva. And it's important to note that these guards all play in with each other. So you can't have a good spider guard without having a good De La Riva, and vice versa. So first, let's take a look at Michael Langhi's De La Riva guard. You know, whenever we film an instructional at Budo Videos, we never want to release something that's not top quality. And if I can say so myself, all of our DVDs have great content. You're always going to learn something. But Michael Langhi is special. The whole crew, even some of the guys that don't even train, were really impressed by Michael's teaching ability. Very crisp, clear techniques. I think you're really going to like this series. Now let's take a look at the second one. This one is all about the spider guard. And yes, there are lots of different instructors out there teaching Spider Guard and De La Riva, but no one really put it together in a comprehensive system like Langhi does. He shows what to do when your opponent has one knee up or the other knee up or both knees up. Everything works on what your opponent does, or as Michael Langhi likes to say, action, reaction. The third one and last one for Michael Langhi is on the reverse De La Riva. Let's take a look at that clip. All of Michael Langhi's DVDs are going to be available next month. That's February 2014 on DVD, on demand on BudoVideos.com, and also in the App Store, iTunes, and coming soon to the Android marketplace. Next two products I want to talk to you about are rash guards. These were made by my good friend Kinya Hashimoto, who is the best Japanese reporter for Jiu-Jitsu news. The first one is the Jiu-Jitsu Nerd. A lot of people refer to Kinya as a jiu-jitsu nerd. He's widely studied jiu-jitsu, and he always comes to the U.S. for all the major tournaments. So this rash guard is a tribute to him, the jiu-jitsu nerd. Next one is Jiu-Jitsu Priest. This is also a logo that Kinya came up with, and he has a show in Japan. It's similar to This Week in BJJ, where he covers jiu-jitsu related topics, all in Japanese, of course. So Jiu-Jitsu Nerd and Jiu-Jitsu Priest rash guards, both going to be available in early March 2014 and selling for $49.95 on BudoVideos.com. Last two things before we go to the mats. This is something that I've been spending a lot of time with over the holidays and the first part of this year, and that was I wrote two books. The first one is all about gis, and this is all information that I wish I knew when I was buying my first gi. I share a little bit about that story in the opening pages of this book, but the first gi I got was, it came by a recommendation from a good friend, and it was one of the worst gis that I ever had. Over the years, I learned what gis fit me well and what I like, and I'm just sharing all that information with you so you can pick out the gi that hopefully fits you best. It's called The 10 Things You Need to Know Before You Buy a BJJ Gi, and it's available for free on BudoVideos.com. All you need to do is sign up for the newsletter. The sign up is on the very front page of BudoVideos.com, right in the middle. Just enter your email address there, and an email will automatically be sent to you with the gi book. The next one was a book that to answer a lot of questions that I get. People are always asking me about sponsorship. How do sponsorships work? Can I get one? I answered all those questions in a 40-plus page ebook. I answer questions such as how do the deals work, what the athlete can get, who to contact for a sponsorship, how you go about asking for one, how to do social media properly, bunch of other stuff. That book is available on Amazon.com. It's doing really well, reached number 2 in the martial arts category. So take a look. It's only $4.99, available on Amazon.com. All right, that's it for this episode in the studio. Now we're going to go to the mats, and we're going to learn some techniques and a brief chat with Rodrigo Freitas. Hey guys, here we are with Rodrigo Freitas, Gracie Baja black belt, active competitor. Rodrigo, I see you all the time at the tournaments, but let's back up and tell me about your early beginnings in Jiu-Jitsu. Where did you start training? Who did you start training with?
Yeah, I started to train in Brazil with my professor. His name is Aldo actually it's Aldo Januário, but his nickname is Caveirinha. And he learned like by Master Carlos Gracie. And he came to my city. I started to learn from him when I was like 14 years old. And since then, I'm still training with him, but now he's in Hawaii, and I'm here in California training here.
And what year did you move to California?
I moved on 2009. I came to fight the Pan Ams, and I fought the Pan Ams, and the guys from Gracie Barra, they invited me to stay, and was my goal to stay already. I wanted to stay and train and compete here because I knew that all the tournaments, the big tournaments, were here in California, and I really liked the challenge, and I'm here.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you're right. All the big tournaments are here nowadays. Mm-hmm. But how about the training and the competing? A lot of jiu-jitsu practitioners in America talk about going to Brazil to train or even to compete. What do you think is the difference between the training and the competition in America versus Brazil?
I think, I don't know, now I was in Brazil, I just went to Brazil to expand Christmas and New Year. I think here in the United States, I think the training is more the way that I feel, I think it's more we train more professional. Because here is everything, we have the schedule, it's very professional here. And all the things that you do, here too, the training, the special teaching too, you can make money by teaching jiu-jitsu here in America, and in Brazil it's kind of hard to do that. I think it's more because he's more professional. I think that's the big difference.
A lot of people wonder when Americans might get better at jiu-jitsu than the Brazilians. The Brazilians are still dominating all the competitions. Do you think that's possible, or is it the fact that Brazilians are able to train a lot more than Americans? A lot of Americans have full-time jobs. They move out when they're maybe 18 years old and have bills to pay. A lot of Brazilians stay home with their parents and just dedicate their lives to maybe surfing and jiu-jitsu.
That's true. That's true.
Do you think Americans can ever catch up, and if so, when?
I think so. I have some good students on my school, and in Brazil, it's very different. Like you said, a lot of kids like me, myself. I used to stay with my family until I was 22 years old, and then I came here. But it was that for me too. I was training twice a day, doing physical training, just eating, taking a nap, wake up, go train again. And here, everybody's busy. Everybody, all the kids, when they turn 18 years old, they gotta leave their house and get a job, get a house. I think, but I think it depends. Each one is different. I have a student in my school that is really, really good. He's a purple belt. He's been doing good in all the tournaments. But he's the one that helps me on the school. Inside the school, and I think. But I see some guys too on the place that I train sometimes, with Romulo, he has good purple belts. I think it's just time. I think it's just about time.
What do you think is the most important quality of a good student?
Out of a good student, I think it's dedication for me.
It's training hard, as often as possible.
Training hard, and always be open mind to learn, always asking questions, but for me more is dedication.
And how about the instructor? What's the most important quality in a good jiu-jitsu instructor?
I think it's be patient, because all each one is different in jiu-jitsu. You might have a very you might have the how can I say you might have I forgot the word to say. You might born for jiu-jitsu,
Some people have natural talent.
Yeah, a natural talent. And some people, they don't have that. So you gotta understand that each one is different. You might get the technique very fast, and I have a student that might take more to get the technique. I think it's patient. It's really important when you're a teacher. I think you really need to be patient.
Great. So you compete a lot. I see you at all the tournaments. What's your most memorable match that you've had so far?
I think it was last year now, when I went to the quarterfinals in the Worlds, and I fought JT, and it was a really good fight. It was back and forth, he pulled guard, he swept me, and I swept him again, and on the end, we kind of double pull, but I pulled first, and he went on top, and I ended up getting omoplata, and was a tie, the fight, and I ended up getting the winning. It was a really good fight for me.
Was it because you're fighting a well-known opponent, or you were happy with your performance?
No, I'm happy because I fought him twice before, and he beat me the two times that I fought him, and I was very focused, and I've been like getting better and better in my jiu-jitsu, and I felt like I was on my year, you know, I was doing really good.
Right. So you're a lightweight competitor at the black belt division, and I'm not going to ask you to call anybody out, but I'm curious, is there any other lightweights that you want to fight, or somebody that might have beat you before that you're looking for redemption? Anybody you'd like to fight?
Not really. Like I just like to fight like the best guys, and I'm not really like one that I really like to fight, but some guys that I never fought before, like I never fought like Langhi. I never fought like that. Leandro Lo is not in my division anymore, but I never fought him too. And just the guys that I never fought. It's always good to have a new challenge.
Good learning experience too.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Cool. So what techniques do you want to show today, Rodrigo?
I want to like to show you like things like two things like for X guard, like from the spider guard, and then we go to the X guard from there.
Okay. Cool. Let's check it out.
Let's do it. So you can stand up for me, please. So we're gonna be here on the spider guard. So I'm gonna pop my hip to the side, and then I'm gonna break the grip. Let's say you're grabbing my pants here. I'm gonna kick to break. Now I'm gonna kind of like swing my leg so I can get a good de la Riva here, like a good pressure. Swing my leg, get the de la Riva, let go the sleeve, and I'll grab your pants. Okay, so now from here, usually what happens, sometimes you try to push the leg to break the de la Riva. So I'm gonna bring my foot straight to your hip. So I'm gonna push your hip here. Now if you push my leg down, like straight down, I'm gonna kick this leg here on the mat, and I'm gonna extend my right leg, so I'll make you post that hand on the mat here. And the thing is to get like a really good momentum by using my left leg. So I kick, I'll push, post the leg, I let go the pants, and I'm gonna grab right here on my collar. So now I'm going to the X guard, 1, 2, and I'm gonna keep using the bottle hook here, the one that I have right behind your knee. I'm gonna push and make you post again. So now I'm gonna do the transition with the grip. I'm gonna grab right here, so I secure both grips first, and then I'll grab your collar. Now with my right foot, I'm gonna kind of like a kick here. I'm gonna do a kick and I'll pull the collar and pull the sleeve to sweep here. Now when I sweep, I'll hug, pressure, and pass.
Very nice. Yeah, that collar grip really keeps me down. Anytime I try to stand up, there's no way.
That's good. Let's do it again. So I go here, spider guard. I'm doing spider guard. I'll kick, break the grip, swing my leg. So let go, grab the pants, you push. I'll bring my leg over, put right on the hip. So I push just to create this space and get a good momentum here. So if you push, I'll kick, extend my leg, change. 1, 2. I don't want you to put this hand here on the mat, so I might get stuck if you put this hand there. And I really want to always like keep pushing with this leg, so I'll make you busy with this arm. If you're not busy with this arm and you get a good posture, you're gonna go to break this grip right away. So I really need to keep you busy here. So I'm pushing it there, switch the grip, grab the collar. Now I gotta kick here hard. Kick, pull the collar, and then I'll go 1 and 2.
Cool. Can we see it one last time with no words, just full speed?
Yeah.
Spider guard, X guard sweep. Very nice. Something else you want to show?
And I have like a good variation too, that I've been doing now, and it's been working like really good for me too. It's like here, I'll kick, break, same things, like the same idea. You push, I'll bring, control your hip, kick, you go there. But now let's say from here, I couldn't get like a good momentum. So what usually people do, sometimes they step back with this leg. When you step back, I'll keep this one here, and then one, it's gonna go on the hip, and the other one is going right behind your knee. So you see that I have this hand here on the collar. Now I'm gonna push, and push here. Forward, get me. Leg in there, arch my back. Again, I never let go this sleeve. So if I let go this sleeve, you start to work on my legs.
Right.
Like same idea. I'll go there, go break, kick, swing your leg, push, control the hips, push. 1, 2, kick.
So as you can see, he's holding my wrist here. I want to start working on this foot to try to get past, but he's controlling my grip. It's really hard to defend the foot lock when my grip is... One last time. Full speed. Very nice sweep and submission.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rodrigo. So if people want to know more about you, where can they find you?
They can go on our website. It's www.gracie-manhattanbeach.com.
Gracie-manhattanbeach.com. And you have a Facebook or anything like that?
We have Facebook too.
Okay.
Gracie-Manhattan Beach Facebook.
And next we'll see you at the San Francisco Open?
Yeah, yes.
And then the PAN?
PAN for sure.
And the Worlds?
For sure.
All right.
Yeah,
Keep up the great work, Rodrigo.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for watching This Week in BJJ. We'll be back next time with another new episode.
That concludes this installment of This Week in BJJ. Watch and review past episodes on iTunes and YouTube. And then be sure to join us again right here for another live edition of This Week in BJJ. Brought to you by BudoVideos.com.